Hello friends and welcome back. In our previous lecture you downloaded Magento using Composer, and today we are going to install our Magento. As you are aware that we downloaded our Magento in our XAMPP Magento folder, and inside that we have kept a Magento folder as well. So this is the root for my Magento, and when I hit in my browser then it gives me the setup pop-up. Now I can just click on this agree and set up Magento and it will start the installer. First of all, Magento will ask me for the readiness check, and I'll just click on this and it will check the basic requirements, and seems like everything is fine, so we can click next. Now it's giving me an option to add the database, so we are going to go to our PHPMyAdmin and we're going to create a new database. I'll go to my localhost and then databases, and I'll name it as Magento. I won't select any collection, and now my database is created. I'll just go here and key in the information. Host is 127.0.0.1. My database username is root. There is no password for my root database. The database name is Magento, and I would like to keep mage as my table prefix, and you should never keep it empty, just add anything whatever you want. This is also for the security purpose of Magento. Now we click next, and here Magento asks us what should be our admin URL. So for example, I'll keep it admin only, and this is my front end URL, so I'll click next. And okay, it's going to ask me a couple of other settings. I'll set it for my personal favorite, so I'll go and I'll select for GMT plus 530. It's India, Kolkata, because I'm from India, and I'll select the currency as INR. English, United States is fine, and I'll click next. And here it asks me for my admin username and password. For now I'll key in only admin. I'll key in my email address, and one thing to note that is you should not keep your username as admin for security reasons, but it's a demo only, so I'll keep it as admin. Password, we can keep any password, so just okay. So Magento is good to go, and we are going to install Magento now. It's starting 0%. Let me go to my database and just refresh that, and you can see that tables have started appearing. This is my Magento 1.7, and I have installed two Magento 1.7 version and 2.2.3 version, just to give you a better idea what's the folder and file structure difference that we will see in further lecture. But for now our Magento is getting installed, and meanwhile we're going to discuss a couple of other things. And first thing here is I'll go to my Magento, and I have two Magento installed here, and I'll go to the Magento where we are concerned right now. In here you will see that we have a composer.json file that gives us the identity and the dependencies of our Magento. Let me open that. Okay, it's opening. It's taking a bit time, but yeah, it's opening. Give it a second. Okay, so it gives us that what Magento version we are using, and couple of other dependency related details. But what we are more concerned about this composer.json file is this section, which is for auto loading. Now when you're going to complete your Magento installation, you will be looking into various pieces and bits how your Magento is going to bootstrap. So this is a section which we should be completely understanding, and we should know that what's happening here. Here you can see that Magento, this composer.json file has used PSR0 standard. Magento uses PSR4, and this PSR0 is only used by Composer because they want to have a namespace where we will be installing all our modules. So app code will be the folder where all our custom modules resides. Apart from this, we have PSR4 standard that Magento uses, and one more node named as file, and this is the most important file for understanding the basics. Now we will go to app etc and non-composer registration.php file. So let me go to app, and inside etc we have this file. So just let's go here and open this. So whenever Magento is going to bootstrap, it's going to load various files. So for loading those files, Magento will use the auto load functioning, and auto load functioning uses composer. Now what happens is, let me open a text editor here. So what happens, Magento bootstraps, it loads various files, and to load these files it uses auto load functioning that depends on composer. And that's why in our composer.json file we have defined that which file we are going to auto load. So in this section we have a couple of files that will be automatically loaded, and specifically this file is very important because it's going to tell Magento that what type of components are there. So ideally in Magento we will be having three types of components. First will be the modules that we are going to develop, second one will be theme, and the third one is language package. So these are the three types of components that Magento has. And if you see this composer registration.php file, in app code we'll have a CLI commands.php, and in app code we will have registration.php, couple of registration files, and all these registration files are pushed into an array. And after pushing these files into array, Magento is running a loop here, and by this loop it's loading these files one by one. So whenever you're going to create a component in Magento, you will be defining its registration file. So for example, when you're going to create your own module, you will create a directory inside your code folder, which will be your vendor name and then your module's name. So Magento has marked them as star here. This is your vendor name and this is your module's name. So inside that, whatever registration file will be there, it will be automatically loading that. And the same thing goes for the theme. Our themes resides into app, design, the area, the vendor, and the theme name, and inside that we have registration.php file. And for language package we have the i18 folder inside etc, and then we have the vendor name, and then we have the language package name, and then we have registration.php file. So ideally from this file Magento is loading all the registration files for possible components. So we have three possible components and three registration files are loaded from here, and that's why Magento's stack starts building from composer only. So this was a crucial information, although we are going to study this bit deeply in our Magento bootstrapping lecture, but you should know that how Magento is including all the registration files and how it is identifying that how many modules are right now there and which functioning needs to be loaded. So this goes from here. Let me go to browser, and I think it's going to take a bit time to complete the installation. So I'll pause the video from here and we'll resume back once the installation is complete. Okay, so I'm back and our Magento is installed now. So we have the storefront URL and the store admin panel URL. I'll click on them, and this is the encryption key. I would suggest you to note this down somewhere so that in case you miss something, or in case you want to migrate your Magento in future, or you lost your control from your server and you want to retrieve something, this key somewhere is going to be in your use. So just copy and save it for your further purpose. Now this is the front end of our Magento and we are on the admin. I'll just log in to my admin just to ensure that it's working fine. Oh, I'm sorry, I just typed it wrong. Okay, so I just keyed in my password that I provided, and okay, so we are logged in into our Magento and we are good to go. Well, this was all for this lecture. In next lecture we are going to learn about the base configuration, so stay tuned with us. Thank you.